Hey YouTube, Ethan here, and today is kind of a weird video, and it got me thinking about the new format that's coming out, or it has already come out. I can't remember when that's going to be released, but I know it's July. But yeah, so about the list, it was a decent list, but why go your Guardian? I mean, well, with all the Pendulum Summoning that's coming out, you won't be able to really do anything with it. I mean, sure, you can summon it, but where you're going to have room on your field for it, or for the monster it brings back. You know? So, I'm going to be moving around this video. Yeah, it's just a really weird idea why they would bring that back and not, amp up Stratos. Heroes could use some support, I guess. Or whatever deck runs Stratos. But anyway, guys. Today I also want to talk about the possibility of this guy coming back into the game. It was really out for a while. I've never really seen a whole lot of people play it. The last time I saw people play it competitively was when Heavy Storm was in. Kind of changed that for words. For those of you who are new to the game and might be watching my channel for some apparent reason, basically Starlight Road's effect is that, let's see, I'll read the fine print. Activate only when an effect is activated, meaning monster, trap, or spell, that would destroy 2 or more cards you control, negate the effect, and destroy that card. So basically you can destroy, if it's a monster effect, you can destroy that monster. Spell effect, negate the effect, destroy it. Trap card, negate, destroy. Monster, negate, destroy. Get the pattern. Let's see. Then you can special summon 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. Now, it's an okay card as long as you meet those requirements. So if it's JD, have at least 2 cards on your field. If it's Exton Knight, have at least 2 cards on your field. If it's something more specific, like Dark Hole, have 2 monsters on the field, or else you can't activate that. So, yeah. That was just the rundown of Starlight Road. Now, the reason I think it has a possibility of coming back into the game is probably because JD is at 3 now, which is a problem just because it's a 3,000 beater. But then again, if you have 3 on the field, that's discarding, what, 5 cards per card or 4 cards per card. So yeah. Yeah, and then there's Exton Knight, which is once per chain. So the question is, does Exton Knight already start the chain by activating the effect? Because here's what I thought chain was. It was that you or your opponent activates the effect of a card, or just activates a card, and then they respond, or you respond. So let's say I activate Wabuku, and then the response would most likely be Dark Bribe. And no, for new players, MST does not negate. I cannot tell you how many noobs there are out there that think, oh, it negates. No. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, it says once per chain, so does it start the chain, or do you have to wait for a response? Or is it that, like that scenario again, Dark Bribe to, or Wabuku to Dark Bribe, let's say I activate, no, sorry, forget that whole thing. So Wabuku, Dark Bribe, then would you have to activate the effect? Because it's either during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. Oh, because that still won't work. I have no idea. Starlight is so stupid. I mean, yeah, it's a decent card. I mean, but it's so freaking confusing. Just why Konami? Why? Now, but yeah, I mean, that's really the only possibilities of you activating Starlight Road. But I still think, just because Exton Knight and JD are up there, high list of decks, so that would be, Exton Knight is pretty much run in any deck, I guess. I could run it in my deck that I have. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about citing Starlight Road just because it's, when you're going to a locals or a tournament or heck, even worlds, you should prepare for anything. So, especially if it's something like my deck, you don't know what's coming. My deck isn't one of those deck lists that has already been made. It's not Evil Swarms, it's not Light Swarms, it's not one of those, it's not an archetype. It's not an archetype based deck. It's not really burn. I mean, yeah, I've got like 6 burn cards and plus 1 extra deck card that burns. I've got Drownsaurs, and then I've run 3 Just Desserts and 3 Secret Barrels. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit burn, but I just run the burn cards because of the upcoming pendulums. I mean, not that everybody's going to be playing pendulums, but just because, oh hey, I've got 7 monsters on the field. Just Desserts. 3,500. Just Desserts, that's 500 damage per monster on your opponent's side of the field. So that's kind of a good point if you're going first, and especially in my deck, where you don't pendulum summon. So, yeah. That was just kind of a rundown of the possibility of Starlight Road coming back into the game. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, anyway guys, see you later.